Way back on the 9th of February, Nintendo announced the Booster Course Pass for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and since then we've had 2 waves of remastered tracks from the franchise's history. Interestingly, upon the release of Wave 2, Nintendo sneakily updated a few little details within tracks released in Wave 1. So what better time for us to dive into these waves and see what all the fuss is about, starting with Wave 1 of the Booster Course Pass. So, in the Golden Mushroom Cup, we have Paris Promenade, a good starting track for the first wave. Although the track itself feels a little too wide, plenty of alternate paths and a course reversal in the final lap make for an interesting race. Toad Circuit. This is the most disappointing track of Wave 1 for me, but I think that's down to the sheer simplicity of it. The problem is that Toad Circuit was effectively that very first tutorial track of Mario Kart 7, so to introduce it now in 8 Deluxe with a vast majority of seasoned players just doesn't feel right. And especially in comparison to Mario Stadium being 8 Deluxe's first track, it pales in comparison. Choco Mountain. Pretty happy with this one. My initial experience of this track was within Mario Kart DS, so visually it's a nice update. And speaking of visual details, this is one area where Nintendo added a tiny little update. As you're driving around, your kart's wheels get dirtied by the ground, or I guess covered in chocolate, whereas before there were no effects of that kind. A nice little improvement. Coconut Mall. A vast visual style difference with this one in comparison to the Wii original. Now it looks very saturated, almost plasticky, but that may be down to Mario Kart Tour's visual influence. But the track itself is mostly the same. The escalator directions are a little more obvious, which is a shame, but there's some lovely details as you're driving past, such as this 8-bit mural on the wall. And again, Nintendo has updated this track since its initial release in Wave 1. Now these cars the Shy Guys are driving move and spin around, whereas before they were static, which again is closer to the Wii original. Moving on to the Lucky Cat Bell Cup, we have Tokyo Blur. Mixed feelings on this one. It's cool and neat the track changes each lap, but the track is too wide and there's not enough interesting obstacles to make the actual race that much fun. Visually, however, racing through and seeing Tokyo landmarks is nice. Shroom Ridge. I really enjoy this track. It hits a nostalgic Mario Kart DS feeling for me, and the music sounds nicely updated, weaving through traffic is fun, and all the turns just make for an interesting course layout. Sky Gardens. It's always nice to see the vast update tracks from Mario Kart Super Circuit get. In effect, it's become essentially a brand new track. Sky Garden feels short, but keeps it interesting with sharp corners, jumps, and a couple of sneaky shortcuts. This is a fun one. Ninja Hideaway. I'll say it now, despite being probably the most intricate course in this wave, I hate it. Most corners are right angle turns, and pair that with jump boosts and gliding, it makes the track difficult to navigate in a way that I don't think can be really controlled by player skill. And it's a shame this one isn't fun, as the look and design appears to be in part based off of WarioWare. Overall, this first wave was okay. A few tracks and elements edge it over for me, but I can see for most players this has been a disappointing first wave. However, with the release of Wave 2, I think the Booster Course Pass changed for everyone. Let me know down in the comments what you thought of these Wave 1 tracks, and join me next time as we take a look at Wave 2.